Let's see, check our connections here across different social media platforms, and I believe we are connected on Binance Live. Yes, I could see us over here, and let's play this countdown video really quick to open our session. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Ultiverse show across different social media platforms. We have a lot of amazing guest speakers today, and we're going to focus on the very popular topic about Bitcoin ecosystem. Everyone, please feel free to stay here for this amazing hour, and we are going to also bring lots of great information around our Web3 space every day to our audience. This is Moonlight from Ultiverse. Today, we're live streaming across different social media platforms, including but not limited to Binance Live, YouTube Live, Twitch Live, and Twitter Live. And our AMA speakers are invited solely for topic discussion purposes. The AMA host and our team do not provide any financial advice. So, friends, please do your own research and let's sit back and enjoy this amazing discussion. First, we'd like to invite Timmy to introduce yourself and your role with MVC DAO. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Hello, everyone. I'm Qiming, and I am a blockchain developer engineer with around 5 years of experience on the blockchain and exchange industry, and I have some deep studies on different structures of different blockchains. So at the same time, I'm also the leader of the infrastructure team of MVC project. So I'm leading the project like data services, mining pools, bridges, and more. So that's me. I'm the engineering guy. So that's it. Thanks.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Jimmy, for the intro. Welcome to today's live streaming. Next, we'd like to invite Jason to introduce yourself and your role at FBC DAO. Thank you.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Jason. I'm currently the MECDO director, and I'm a certified accountant in Australia. I used to be accounting managers in Macau, work for various listed Hong Kong and Macau real estate and finance companies. And now my roles at MECD and MECDO is directors, is the main spokesman for this project. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Welcome, Jason, to today's live streaming. And next, we have our lady Rachel. Could you please introduce yourself and your role at MVC DAO as well? Thank you.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be here, and I'm the COO of ChoPay Limited Hong Kong. We are one of the early contributor of MVC, and our team have over 5 years of contribution experience on Bitcoin development. And we are also the inventor of MetaID. One, it is a cross-chain UTXO structure identical protocol. And thank you very much.
Wow, Bitcoin. This is our topic for today, right? Also, yeah, has been very popular with the BRC20 recently. Thank you so much for joining us today. Next, we'd like to invite Brever, and Brever's title is really special: Crypto Gen Hunter and analysis. That is amazing. Could you please introduce yourself and how do you get to know with the MVC DAO? Thank you.
Sure, absolutely, Moonlight. I appreciate the intro. Hi, everybody. My name is Braver. Yes, I am a crypto gem hunter and analyst. I've been involved in the crypto space technically since 2011, but I started really investing in 2015, started full-time trading 2017, 18. Really just lived and breathed crypto for several years and barely got any sleep during that time because it's such an amazing space and became a huge passion of mine. Which I really enjoyed educating others and helping them bring them into the crypto space. That's always been a huge objective of mine, a big passion of mine. Regarding microvision, I came across it on a recommendation from a friend. And after looking into it, I was smitten. I absolutely love this project. I actually just, in preparation for this live, I reread the original AMA that we did with that Space did, Microvision did on their Discord back in February, and reread
I
again.
remember that.
Gosh, rereading it again got me just ultra excited all over again. I highly recommend, if anybody hasn't read it yet, to definitely take a look. But I think the Microvision blockchain project is really just top quality in every aspect, from the team to the tech to the objectives, how it's going to change and affect the world, especially the Bitcoin environment, Bitcoin network, and community. I think it's really just a phenomenal project, and I'm very, very happy to have found it and to have educated others onto it and brought them into it. And I'm excited to be here.
That is amazing. Yes, and the purpose of our live stream is also to educate our audience to learn more about any Web3 topics as well as very hot trends. And we would also like to introduce Microvision Chain MVC to our audience, because the first time that I visit our live streaming channel, and MVC is a blockchain that solves the blockchain well Chulumena, and is born for the Web3 era, and this is like UTXO model public blockchain based on the POW consensus. It aims to ultimately achieve scaling with a high concurrency feature of the UTXO model. So there are some things that we might also want to ask our guest speakers to explain the terminologies, right? Like combining with layer one high performance smart contract and DID solution. MCNs to become perfect blockchain for massive Web3 applications to develop on. Sounds great. Okay, let's go to our topic over here, because we wanted to talk about the Bitcoin ecosystem, especially focus on BRC20. We know that it's a very, very popular area, right, for a lot of Web3ers. And how do you think of the Ordinal Protocol and BRC20? Is it a trap or opportunity to open a Bitcoin ecology? And let's bring this question to Qiming first. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think Ordinals is a very innovative idea. It cleverly used Satoshi as the information carrier, to issue tokens and to save anything you want inside a UTXO. So it basically informing the market that in addition to Ethereum's account model, there is another possibility, that is we can use UTXO model to issue tokens. So I think this one is very innovative. So that's my opinion on the Ordinal.
Well, that is great. Thank you so much. How about Jason? What is your view on the ERC20?
Yes, I think our members already mentioned the innovative parts of the Ordinal protocols. I'm not going to go through this. Talk about the opportunity we see. When we talk about opportunity, I believe we need to take a closer look at the Bitcoin daily transaction data, because whatever innovational, if there's no one use it, or if there's nothing opportunity arise, then it's no use, right? So the trading activities we saw from the beginnings of the introduction of the Ordinal protocols is around 250,000 per day for the majority of the years of last years before the Ordinal protocols. And when it introduced to the market in this year, the chain was recently broken from February, because the innovative use case of NFT and BRC20, the daily transaction value has finally started to rise and back to above 300,000 per day, which is much higher than last year's. I believe this is going to be a good indication opportunity has already arrived in these areas, and because of the use case, is obviously has already drawn the attentions to the Bitcoin holder and the general crypto families. That's what I think. And because you talk about the trap, right? We can see that like arise from the Ordinal protocols, the data incentive sequence transactions will increase the congestion burdens to the Bitcoin networks, will drive up the fees, and ultimately hinder the Bitcoin peer-to-peer transactions. Eventually, we believe there is a possibility BRC20 or Ordinal protocol can be banned. This is, I think, the main track of the Ordinal protocols, from my understanding.
I see. Thank you so much for sharing your views. And how about Rachel? What is your views on BRC20 and the ordinal?
Well, I think it definitely an opening for the Bitcoin ecology, and people find that you can store data on it on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not just not just a digital gold. It can be a truly decentralized network that can help the NFT to build on it, tokens to mint on it, or application even runs on it. And it is very exciting for us, and because we have contributed years of development on this technology, and the market finally realized that it is the way. Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Wow, this is amazing. Yes, used to be like people when we think about Bitcoin, right, only know trading it, but now there are different ways that we could use it, which is really, really good, and started to see the booming of the Bitcoin ecosystem as well. And next, we also like to invite Brever to share your views about BRC20 and Ordinal Protocol. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. So first of all, let me just say that I am bullish on this development. I think that is a step forward. There are a lot of conflicting views in the communities whether it actually is good for Bitcoin or not, right? But there are, in my opinion, it's just change. A lot of people are just not really on board with change when they're so used to a status quo of how things should be or are. But change is a good thing. And in this case, the fact that, first of all, this Taproot upgrade made it possible to inscribe these inscriptions onto Satoshis, the smallest units of Bitcoin, for anyone who's not aware, and to be able to create this opportunity to have these ordinals and eventually smart contracts, and really just developing from there, I think it's groundbreaking. I think it's something very innovative that is going to lead us forward. And like Rachel mentioned about keeping Bitcoin decentralized. So Bitcoin already was a decentralized currency, and not really more a currency, it became more a store of value. But now it has the opportunity to become a really decentralized, full-on network. So, when Ethereum came, for example, introduced to us ERC20s and smart contracts that way, that was something that literally catapulted the entire cryptocurrency and blockchain industry forward not by steps, by miles. And every month, every year, we're constantly evolving, constantly developing. So I think it's a very good thing. I think that anyone who is a little reserved by it will see over time it'll be easy. And one of the really big things that I read that people are worried about is that it's congesting the network. And yeah, temporarily it is congesting the network, but you know what? There are solutions. Microvision blockchain, for example, is a solution. It's going to be acting as a sidechain, the same way that, for example, Arbitrum or Polygon work for Ethereum as a sidechain that take the transactions off the network and process them in a cheaper, faster, a manner that decongest the network. That's what Microvision is doing. So Microvision blockchain has an opportunity here to take this new development and already take what they were already developing and really just catapult us into the next era of crypto and blockchain. I think I'm very excited about it.
Nice, and glad to learn about that. Yeah, because it's a quite new area, right? And we definitely hope that there are some better solutions to help the users to get used to this ordinal protocol and BRC20, this new field in Web3. And we are also going to talk about if anyone could provide some think about market, right? What can market do to solve the Bitcoin congestion issue caused by the ordinal protocol and BRC20? I think River just mentioned it a little bit, and we are going to go deeper to it. So let's go back to Qiming. Thank you.
Yeah, I think what we are doing is that we perform a blockchain like the layer 2 for the Bitcoin blockchain, and for example, we use some bridging technology to bridge ordinal tokens into MVC blockchain, and the transaction it with very like low fee and low expenses, and then we put them together and use some technology, zero knowledge technology, to put back the token into Bitcoin blockchain. So that is basically a layer 2 for Bitcoin, just like Polygon for the Ethereum blockchain. Yeah.
I see. Thank you for sharing the information with us. And Jason, would you like to add anything about this topic as well? Thank you.
Yes, I think I would need to get some add some additional informations to what our members just offer, right? Um, in order to talk about the second layers or what we call side chain solution, we need to talk about like stacks or other competitor chains in the market and why we are different. And they're good projects. We're not going to attack other projects, but in general speaking, the major variance between MVC sidechain service to potential others second layer or sidechain, whatever you name it, right? Competitive market is we share the same underlying utility structures, same blood to Bitcoin, same consent mechanisms, and also we have the same quantity supply of Bitcoin. Why is so important? Because as a result, MVC can establish a one-to-one mapping with all existing Satoshi units of Bitcoins, becoming a parallel universe. Side chains to Bitcoin. That's what we mentioned is we're going to sell this one. We're going to storytelling directions in these areas. Yes, in the near futures. Yes, and then we see, and apart from this one, we see the market might not be very happy with the BRC20s because there is a trap. It might be deleted in the future. So they also introduce like a new protocol, what it calls SRC20. We also see the opportunity in the new protocols. But we would like to mention is that MVC is not limited to Ordino protocol or just only BRC20 protocols. We also explore ourselves and we can develop. It just takes us 2 to 3 weeks more to adopt new protocols. If there is new demands in the market, we can see it. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much for the additional information, Jason. And also, Rachel, would you like to add anything about what market can do to solve the Bitcoin congestion issue? Thank you.
Well, I think Jason had made it very clear, and we see the potential that MVC can help to solve this congestion problem in BRC20. Yeah.
That is great. And how about River? Since you're the Gen Hunter, right? What do you think that market can do to solve this Bitcoin congestion issue caused by the Ordinal protocol and BRC20? Thank you.
Well, first of all, let me just say, as a gem hunter, microvision blockchain is a dream come true. It doesn't come around too often. There's really only a handful of other projects in my entire history of being involved in the crypto space that I can say that I've given a 10 out of 10 conviction score. I have a very strict scaling system, and microvision gets it. As far as helping decongest Bitcoin, so first of all, like Jason was saying, microvision blockchain was not created specifically only to handle BRC20s and ordinals. It's actually its own layer 1 entity. It's its own world, and it was designed specifically to, like he explained so eloquently, to be a parallel universe to Bitcoin, which I think is amazing. I actually read that in a Medium article recently, and when I read that line, it made me so excited and so happy, right? Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the one that started it all, and it's what we all love. We don't want to see we want to see Bitcoin thrive. And I think that microvision blockchain has the right tools necessary to do that. Like I said before, working as a side chain, by being easily adaptable, and really just that's the tip of the iceberg. I mean, microvision blockchain brings such a long list of amazing applications to the Bitcoin network, the Bitcoin world, and cryptocurrency and blockchain in general. I'm really excited to actually see it in action and see what it does for the world over the next couple of years. Because at the end of the day, we don't want Bitcoin to get congested. We don't want it to slow down or for it to become a stress factor for users. We want it to become something that people can, especially new users, because every day we're getting new crypto users in the crypto space, right, in the blockchain space. Every day people are learning more about it. Every day people are starting to use it for the first time. Every second, really. And we definitely want them to be able to have a great user experience. And I think that microvision blockchain is going to be instrumental in making that a reality.
Yeah, and actually, I think congestion is only only a small issue in this Bitcoin ecology. As we know that we want to even employ the smart contract on Bitcoin, or we want to store a large amount of data on it, and it is just the beginning. And I think the market will finally knows that the congestion is only the start of this problem, and we need a new like parallel universe or a new blockchain to help solve those tons of problems we can expect in the future. Yeah.
I see. That is great. Yeah, looking forward to the further development in the coming years, and we are also going to go deeper into MVC as well. This question, since we also mentioned about layer two, right? So, what is the
Mhm.
ideal layer two service for Bitcoin, and how can it promote the wider adoption of Ordinal Protocol and BRC20 while also addressing Bitcoin congestion issue? Thank you. Yeah, anyone? Yeah, do we want to go popcorn
Okay,
style?
so maybe
Or
maybe
do
maybe let me start first. I think the best idle service, we can always make comparison with what Polygon does to Ethereum, right? But apart from that, we if we would like to have wider adoptions to the whole world, when we are talking about billions of users, we need to make sure that we focus on smooth user experience, what we call a parallel universe features. One of that. So if there's no a smooth user experience, is not going to have wider adoptions.
Correct.
You can use other second layer solution. No need to use microvision chance. Also, this is what we aim for. So I'm going to go in deep in these areas today. So in microvision chain, we offer same user address to Bitcoins. It's like what MetaMask does, like in Ethereum's compared to Polygons. You just click two buttons, and then the networks will be changed from the main chain networks to side chain networks. In our case, we have a MeterNet wallet, and in the near futures, you also only have to click two buttons, and then you can swap the networks from Bitcoin to MEC, and also in other case, you can also swap to MEC to Bitcoin main chain networks. It is not only limited to Bitcoin and MEC. It's actually can swap to other UTXO chain, for example, .com.
I thought.
Yes, and more importantly, apart from that, as I just mentioned, the one-to-one matchings with all existing Satoshi units of Bitcoins is very important and will effectively make MVC user-friendly to existing Bitcoin holder, because we have same user address, and also because Ordinal unit, every single one of them actually occupies one Satoshi units. And in MVC case, because our supplies, our quantities are exactly the same, and we share the same consent mechanism. So we are the only one blockchain in the world which maintain layer one features, but also able to provide sidechain service to Bitcoin with the one-to-one matching service. And we offer Bitcoin holders the best user experience, the smooth user experience, because we have a zero confirmation technology, which our transaction can go through instantly. Yeah, this is not going to happen in the Bitcoin world in the past. Yes, and also with the assistance of MVC native cross-chain decentralized DIDs, we can make it have no difference in the application levels, no matter the assets in the futures or NFT appear on side chains like MEC or main chains in Bitcoin. It also appears. You can choose to have your NFT on Bitcoin, and you can also appear on our social fi applications like SoSam. You can also have your NFT. You can also have your NFT on top of MVC, also appear on the same application level. So in terms of user experience, they actually have no differences. Yes, we want to make it no difference whether you are on side chain or you are on main chain. And why is this so important? Because we would like to sell the concept is that user have the choice, have the rights to decide whether their value stored on top of Bitcoin or on top of MVC. Like you have a treasury, a bank inside the bank. Yeah, if you want to make use of this, you need to take it from the bank, right? and then you need to go to party, you need to show how rich you are, what is your treasury, you need to take it out. We would like to sell this concept. You can store value on Bitcoin, but you can take it and use it on top of MEC and then show to the world what it is. This is the sidechain office service we talk about. And more importantly, we would like to demonstrate what we mean by that. At the end of the AMAs, we're going to announce our first infrastructures built on top of Bitcoins to show what do we mean by this. Yes. And then the second thing, we talk about the side chains. We must talk about what Polygon does for Ethereum, right? In general speaking, sidechain service must be similar to what Polygon does to Ethereum. And not limited, including but not limited to is we must offer lower on-chain transaction costs. We need to enable smart contract, what we call Bitcoin virtual machines. Why only us can offer this? Because we, as again, let me repeat again, because we are same structures, same consent mechanisms, UTXO models. That is the reasons why we can offer Bitcoin virtual machines. This concept. This is different to other chains. Yes, in Polygon case, they enable EVM. We call it BVM. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize that we are technically identical to Bitcoin protocols. By identical, I mean someone would ask why your block intervals have 10 minutes, because Bitcoin have 10 minutes. Why you have a total supply of 21 million? Because Bitcoin have 21 million. Why your like smallest unit is Satoshi? Because Bitcoin is Satoshi. That is the identical part, and we also share the same technical part, is that we use the same structure. How to say,
The UTX
script structure, because
and
you know that Bitcoin use some stack based structure to process transactions, and we also apply the same technology with Bitcoin with these identical features, that we can provide our users with the same user experiences, just like the Bitcoin blockchain. So that is the technical view of the identical. Yeah.
amazing.
And anyone would like to add additional information to this topic, feel free to jump in. Thank you. We're doing a popcorn style, which means we are not going to follow the order like previously.
Sounds good. Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing, that the UTXO model, which I think is so important, also going in line with being one-to-one with how Bitcoin's operate. So Bitcoin is a UTXO model. For those who don't know what that means, it's an unspent transaction model, right? So that means that, for example, just in layman's terms, as simple as possible, let's say, for example, I want to send Rachel a Bitcoin, right? If I send you one whole unit of Bitcoin, that's it. You get your full Bitcoin. I don't have anything left. That's how it is. But if I send you a fraction, let's say 0.6, 0.5, whatever it is, there's always a tiny bit, a small unit of Bitcoin that is left behind. That's called the unspent transaction, right? What goes through is spent, what doesn't go through is unspent. Now, Bitcoin is modeled that way. So with microvision to be modeled that way too, it just goes even further with being hand in hand, a one-to-one ratio. And like Jason also said, and Ximing also said, the supply is the same. The mining algorithm is the same. The the goal of having a decentralized network is the same, while solving the the blockchain trilemma, while not sacrificing security, also is in the same vision of what Satoshi Nakamoto had with Bitcoin, and providing a currency for the world that was decentralized and secure. So I think that's also very important to note, that microvision is just from A to Z. They're trying to be, as we said a few times already, a parallel universe to Bitcoin, and to really allow Bitcoin's capabilities to expand beyond what we possibly thought of before, maybe before Taproot, before a couple of years ago.
Yeah, with UTXO, and it is we found that it's the only way we can achieve high concurrency. and the TPS is not a fake number that nobody use, and it's the real one that we can satisfy potentially billions of users. Working on it.
It's so essential. It's just so
Yeah.
essential. True. And then
Yes.
also, of course, the Bitcoin virtual machine. I am so excited about that, and I think that Microvision is going to take that to a whole nother level. Being able to adapt and cooperate. It's
and those are not dreams. We're building apps on it. It's running.
It's real. It's here. It's not some distant future, fantasy. It is here.
Yes.
Wow, this is brilliant. Thank you everyone for sharing. Wow, this is amazing. And we also wanted to learn about what is MVC and what problem is it aiming to solve and what are the new innovations in the market. Anyone would like to jump into this topic first? Thank you.
Okay, let me share some technical standpoint of the MVC innovation. So when talking about UTXO-based tokens, we have basically several issues in the traditional blockchains. The first is how you can program it, because we also know that Bitcoin has some different types of scripts. For one output, you can have pay to pub key hash, pay to pub key, and so on. Because since we introduce some higher level language that can transfer higher level language into Bitcoin opcodes, operation codes that can be executed by the Bitcoin virtual machine. So that is the first innovation, a technical innovation of the MVC blockchain, that you can write any logic into a UTXO. And that logic is being verified by miners, which is layer one. Because if your logic is wrong or your key is not correct, the miner will reject your transaction. So that is the first thing we solved. And for UTXO-based token, and the second issue is that how you can make sure the token is true, is real, because sometimes you can counterfeit it. And we introduced some technology called Meta TXID that can prevent the token to be counterfeited. Because if you save some data into UTXO, anyone can make the same UTXO like yours. But with this technology, your UTXO will be backtraced to its origin, and it's verified. So if someone counterfeited your UTXO and your token, your NFT, it cannot be spent. The miner will reject it. So I think these two are the major innovation of MVC blockchain.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, great. Anyone would like to join this discussion? Feel free to do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
well,
I think Xiuming is one of our major technical members, and that is the reasons why the technical innovations, of course, he's experts, and I'm not going to go in deep with these areas because I do not know about it. I do not know very well about the technical perspective because I am not a technical member. Maybe I can go through the other parts, like what the market's concerns. I think apart from the innovations, what we solve is like we can solve the contraction issues of Bitcoin. This is very important topics because in the old days, Bitcoins, in terms of when we talk about the contraction issues, they mainly relies on the Lightning networks. But we saw several drawbacks when we look at the Lightning networks, like the cost creating the Lightning networks channel require a significant investment of resources. In the futures, in this sense, only large entities can create Lightning channels, which might lead to centralizations. We believe that centralization might lose the points to use the blockchain service. So in our case, we won't have these drawbacks. And also, we in practice we find that Lightning networks has already been introduced and come into practice for many years, and we find that the solutions does not seem very successful. So maybe and that's the reasons why we introduce microvision chains, and we believe that the sidechain solutions can assist Bitcoin to solve all these problems. And Rachel just talked about the TPS issues. We can expand it to be used by billions of people. And in this sense, actually, we can build massive number of worksam applications. We can form a next generation of the internet based on the blockchain technologies. If we have unlimited scale abilities, and then when more and more data is stored on chains, and I think this is the next generation of internet we just form. I think this is what microvision chain can do. Yes, apart from solving the congestion issues, and also we enable massive number of worksam applications, next generation of internet. I think this is what we exactly do. This is the problem we're going to solve. Yes. One more thing I would like to draw the attentions of our audience, and we are purely layer one structures. Although we can offer the sidechain service or second layer service for Bitcoins, our potential is still unlimited. Yeah,
absolutely. And another couple of things that I know that Microvision really is doing a great job with in terms of making things faster and also decongesting the networks and transactions. So a big thing in cryptocurrency and a big thing in blockchain in general is speed. Everybody wants everything to be as fast as possible. That's the nature of the world nowadays, right? That's what our attention spans nowadays are kind of curated towards. We need instant. We need fast. That's how it needs to be, right? And we're not backtracking from that. We're going deeper into that future of that's how it's going to be. So one of the things I really love also about the design of Microvision blockchain is zero confirmations. I mean, to have transactions that are instantaneous because they don't require an actual block to confirm it is ingenious. I mean, there's only very few projects that are even striving to even have that kind of reality. Microvision has that now. I'll give you like a perfect example. When I like to use Microvision's Vision Money wallet to store my space coins, right? When I send space from that wallet to another, to a friend of mine, to another investor, to whoever, family member, whatever it might be, like that, it's done. I don't have to wait. I don't have to worry about, is it going to go through that whole, people have this issue with waiting, because when you wait for something to happen, especially when you're transferring valuable funds, that psychologically that causes a high degree of level of anxiety for a majority of people in our population. And to not have that even be a worry anymore is just, it's a godsend. It's amazing, right? Besides that, also the fact that also the block size is 1 gigabyte by default, and you can also scale it to go up, and also the transactions per second are already 10,000 and can be scaled upwards on demand. I mean, Microvision is just really set up to just make the blockchain space, the crypto space, faster, easier, more broad and expanded. I mean, it's positioning us for a very bright future. It's really cool.
And I think and it achieved that you can do a lot of things on blockchain. It like previously we can make transactions, or that's the major stuff we done before. But in Microvision chain you can even like watch on chain movies. That's amazing. That the movie is on chain. And
that's pretty cool. I never heard of that yet, actually. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and a lot of like a lot of user scenario you can imagine. Tons of applications can build on it. I think that's the key innovation, because a lot of people say that we want to build a Web3 world, right? But how can we achieve that when you cannot program on it? And that's what we want to achieve, and what we want to make it possible.
Absolutely. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you all for sharing your views. And also, I see a lot of our audience over here watching us. So far, we have over, let me quickly check it. I think we have over 4,500 views. That's amazing.
Oh, welcome everybody. Glad to have you.
And I also see a lot of messages saying like, cute Rachel. I screenshot it. I will share with you later. I will send it to our agent, right? And then they will share the screenshot with you all. And I'll also share our data, like our viewings. Oh, let me see. I think over here. I will also share other data with of our this live streaming session to you after a few hours once it's over later. And next, let's go to our following topic over here. So we would like to also learn about what are the differences between MVC and its competitors. Also, could you please share some roadmaps and future plans about how you achieve your goals in this Web3 space? Thank you.
Yes, I think the main differences is that we are not slogan or theoretical concepts, because actually layer one or pure layer one UTXO zero confirmations or transactions very fast. This kind of story are being told by many projects, but many of them are in theoretical concept. They tell you that they're going to achieve half years, they're going to achieve next year, 2 years later, they will be perfect in the future, whatever in their technical sense, they are perfect, but they are in theories, they are in slogan. The main difference for us is that we can show it all on chain, all everything's functional 2 days. I think this is the main difference, because we show the fact, we show the truth to the world. What we have, all our foundation is already ready. What we mean by foundation is like our pure layer one smart contract, the Bitcoin virtual machine functions, the instant transaction technology, as far as the internet speed, and the native cross-chain DID features are fully functional today. It is not a slogan, or it is not it is not a functions. Yeah, and we welcome for public audit anytime. Yes, and then we're not going to tell you this is a story half years later or 1 year later we're going to achieve. This is not our the way how we do things. Yes, I think, and then the I think the best the apps currently we have to show that our smart contracts is fully functional. It's not a story. It's MVC SWOT. It already functioning today, and it tell the markets that our smart contract is tuning complete. Feel free to use it and share your user experience, because we believe that we are the first one, we are the first UTXO layer one smart contracts to have a DEX on chain. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'd actually like to add one more thing about microvision. So we're talking about the tech a lot, which is obviously phenomenal, and the impact it can have on the Bitcoin network and so on. But one thing that, to me, as a analyst and gem hunter and investor, that's very important, and really honestly, and more important even than the tech, is the team. The team for me is the number one priority when I'm looking to invest in a project or hold a project or think highly of a project. You can have an amazing, phenomenal idea and a team that is not capable of executing it, and it's worthless. It doesn't mean anything. You can have a bad idea and a great team, and that great team will figure out how to make that bad idea useful. In this case, we have a phenomenal idea and tech and everything in between, plus it's run by a large team that has a ridiculous amount of combined experience, by the way. I mean, like I said, I reread the AMA back in February. And by the way, guys, I'm on the Braver Crypto Twitter. I'm going to make sure to post screenshots of the AMA. I'll make a thread about it so you can really read it as well, because it's such a great read. So such great questions are answered there. And my point, though, is that microvision blockchain didn't just all of a sudden appear yesterday. It's been worked on for at least 3 years now, 3+ years. And not just by 1 or 2 people. It was literally a brainchild of many teams, at least 5 different teams from different areas of the world that have come together and who know each other for many years and have tons of experience working on Bitcoin itself and the Bitcoin area, and the experience with nodes, the experience with security and decentralization. I mean, literally everything A to Z. I mean, I can't wait to share the AMA with everyone so they can really read word for word the introduction of the team and everything. But it's teams that have come together who collectively have a ridiculous amount of expertise and knowledge in many facets of blockchain and crypto, and they've come together to form this absolutely incredible, pretty much once in a lifetime type of project. So that I think is a very key factor as well, the team. And when you have a team running things, you have knowledge people who really know what they're doing and have a vision of creating innovation and actually following through with it and making it a reality, that is super important, beyond important.
Yeah, we all always make our best efforts to deliver, and it's like puzzle, and we just made it connect together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That is
it's not just slogan, because we have already accomplished FT tokens, NFT tokens, swap, bridge. You can view it on the GitHub because it's open source. You can
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
how the smart contract is written and how it's transferred into Bitcoin opcodes. It's just there. You can just see it here. Yeah, we accomplished that, and we made our first swap maybe earlier this month. The swap pair USDT versus MVC pair,
Yeah, I saw
and open
this
source,
post.
and you can find it in our repo. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, thank you everyone for sharing about the MVC. And I also wanted to share our screen over here because I see that Banisef has showcased our today's live streaming poster on the front page. Let me double check with that homepage of our Binance Live over here. Can you see the screen right now? Okay, let me double check. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, every day we have a lot of live streaming sessions and AMAs or other discussion rooms, but yeah, only few of the discussion streamings could be posted over here at the front page, and very very clear view for everyone to see. And friends, if you would like to learn more about the Bitcoin ecosystem, right, and also find out the next gen after BRC20. And if you miss a little bit of our live streaming today, we will have replay right after the end of today's session. So stay here, and we also just drop another batches of crypto boxes. Okay, so stay and you are going to get more. This is what I believe is kind of like watch to earn, right? And let's also find some time to talk about roadmaps for our MBC. Then we can wrap up today's session. Thank you.
Yes, this is also, I think, our community member is expecting times at the end of the AMAs. I just mentioned we're going to have a verbal announcements, what to expect in June and what to expect in the next quarter or before the end of the years. Okay, so let me briefly go through from June. What else? What can we expect in June is like first of all the MEXC listing. I think everyone already know of it. We're gonna have it on mid June, and before that we have we're going to schedule a significant system upgrade before the MEXC in regards to the stability issues of the broad times broad times the broad times so this might delay a few days of the MEXC listing. This is the first announcement we're going to make today. The second one we never disclosed previously to the publics is in around 2 to 3 weeks time, we are going to have a new infrastructures. The world first decentralized order book, similar to DYDX, built on top of the Bitcoin protocols. The Ordinal protocols is a free mine project. Only transaction cost is charges to mine these Bitcoin ecology projects tokens. We secretly build this one for 2 months. This is the way how we do things. We only disclose when something is really done. We only disclose 1 month before we done some things to reduce our burdens. Yes,
Which I
reduce
love
our.
that, by the way.
Sorry.
I said I love that, by the way. The fact that you guys first, you guys build first, talk. You act first, talk later. That's the way we think.
Yeah, we make sure that we make sure that everything is going as smoothly, is properly, and when the time we release this, the quality is not bad, and then we're going to tell the markets, and then of course at the end of the day we're going to prepare our demo, and the demo for this decentralized order box is under final preparation stage, and more information will be released in 2 weeks times. Okay, so please stay tuned for our latest progress. Okay, so this is what we're going to do in June. Now I'm going to announce like what we can expect in the next quarter in July, August, or September. Okay, first is the NFT markets. We're going to have NFT categories from many NFT categories from testnets. From testnets, change will be appears on mainnet. Member can start to create their own NFT series. So this is the NFT market announcement. The second one, we're going to enable some parallel universe features, sidechain features to Bitcoin. We effective from I think mid July or the beginning of August. Yes, this is the second part. And then the third part is a sound launchpad projects. Developer can start to create their tokens on top of MVC chains, and also they can have their own dApps like SoSam decentralized Discord. This is the current decentralized dApps we have right on top of MVC chains. But however, in the near futures, maybe 2 months or 3 months later, developer can only can spend only like half an hours or 1 hours to tailor make their own SoSam decentralized discourse on top of MVC. Yeah, given this launchpad projects. Yes, and the next and the next one is developer hackathons. We're going to send a friendly invitation to the world's developer. What we have done so far, what we have achieved. We're going to tell them our technical achievements, and we're going to make use of our POB mechanisms to welcome them to build on top of MVC together and make success together. The next announcement.
More builders.
More builders. The next thing is the community work group programs. Yes, we not only need developers, we also need a community to work together. So we must work hard to make use of the BOB to make sure that all community can evolve and there is a positive incentive rewards system. Yes, we're going to decide with the committee. The committee is coming soon, of course, in June as well. And what else? To be announced? Not very much, but before the end of this year, I think we have a secret link clear level of infrastructures. We're not going to disclose today. Why? Because we need to make sure that we always remain the first mover advantages. We need to take lead of the world. We make sure like we are now. We already achieve pure layer one contract when our competitor is still in theoretical status, or even they are in practice. They do not have the apps. They don't know whether they are they don't know whether they are ready. They are not sure that whether they are functional. But in order to meet of the markets, we need to keep it secret. But what we believe is we're going to have lean clear level. Yes, we're going to make sure that our voice, yes, will be taken into account to all Bitcoin holders. Yes, before the end of the year, or maybe at the beginning of next year. That's what we believe. Yeah, stay tuned.
That is nice. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing a lot of great information today with us. And so far, we have over 5,500 views over here right now. And friends, if you missed our previous discussion, no worries. We will have replay pretty soon. And once again, we appreciate everyone's participation. Thank you so much, Ming, Jason, Rachel, and Braver for your time. This was a great hour spending with you all, and looking forward to see the MVC team pretty soon again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anyone who's joined late, make sure to watch that recording. This has been a phenomenal AMA with a lot of alpha about microvision. You won't want to miss it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for audience. Yeah. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. We're going to play the ending video, and then everyone feel free to click on the Leave Studio button. Take a break or continue your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.